thinking about the girl that I was seeing. It was about 3 years ago. Little did I know I gave this girl my heart, and now she out here playing. Fast forward to a time when I was seeing this dime. I ain't losing no more sleep, I found my peace. Selena Gomez in the face, a body got it first place. We put the work in, no more looking back, we winning.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, testing.
Testing. All right. Tell me when you're ready.
I'm good to go.
Welcome back, guys. It's been a while, man. It's been a while. Been a couple months. Close to a year. We've actually shot a few. They haven't hit the air yet, so we might snip up those a little bit, put them out. But welcome back, guys, to NM Farmers Market. It's me and my boy Mod here, coming for our first full video for 2023. Just had a lot of stuff going on the last couple months. Been busy with life. I think Mod's been busy. I've been busy, and so hopefully we can be getting these out, a little bit more regular again, and kind of get back into the flow, man. How you been, man?
Good. It just takes a lot of effort. Well,
it's a lot of coordination.
There you go. That's a better word.
Yeah. If any of you guys are video editors and you guys want to, help out some boys, it'd be much appreciated. I think it's not a matter of us being able to sit down and do it. It's the editing that comes in afterwards. So I think we're once we get that streamlined, I think it'll be a little bit better.
Yeah,
we get popping these out pretty quick.
The editing takes. It's a lot. It's a lot, and then it's hard because I have like other things that like I got paid for that I just have a hard time wanting to work on this when I know that other stuff needs to get done. So for me, it's like a mental battle to want to.
Yeah, Mario shoots some weddings, and so he's busy with that. So we'll be popping these out a little bit more frequently, even if they're coming out for me. They might not be edited as good, so bear with us. So
wedding season is over though. So, well, at least for me. So I don't
know, man. Fall. People aren't getting married in the fall.
People get married whenever. They don't care.
True that.
Right. But yeah, at least as far as I know, I don't have any weddings in the rest of the year. So
well, good deal. Hopefully, we'll be getting these out a little bit more frequently. But So a couple of interesting topics today. Football season has started. It is what month are we? We're beginning of October.
October 3rd.
Football's in full effect.
Yes.
Basketball is just around the corner. So we got a couple of interesting topics today to get through, and hopefully we'll kind of chop these up too, and some of them will make it onto our social media and stuff like that, so it's a little bit more digestible. Hopefully, entice people to watch the whole video. So, got a couple of options. One that is football related, but not like football related, and this is kind of the ongoing topic right now. But we'll start here before we get into like our Super Bowl picks. But you want to take a stab at what I'm gonna get into, bro?
Yeah, I'm gonna let you talk. God, I'm so sick of this. I don't even want to talk about it. But I'll let you talk about how you feel. I just don't want to. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, so
it's not interesting to me.
So I guess so what I'm referencing is the Travis Kelce, Taylor Swift.
Right.
Which I'm not the biggest, I enjoy her music, but I can't say I'm like the biggest T Swift fan. I am a fan of Travis Kelce. I like his podcast. It's pretty fire. Like the little show that they got with the family. New Heights. But yeah, so do you have any concerns with their relationship? Maybe the best question, and maybe we can keep it a brief conversation, but what do you think the likelihood of it working out? Let's go 0 to 10. 0 to 10. 10 being most likely, 0 being less likely, like not happening.
I'm going to give him a 7.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, because I think they fit each other's vibe, and they seem both like the type that they like to prove people wrong.
Yeah.
And so
I think he's I think he's ready to settle down. Like, I feel like he had said something on one of the shows, and he's like, I'm ready. Like, I feel like he's like ready for that step, and it's just a matter of him finding the right person.
So I feel like me and Travis are very similar in like our mindset sometimes, because I see him talk about certain things, and I'm like, that's how I see things. But I could understand that because he's an uncle, and you see your brother with kids and the life that he's living, and you just see how genuinely happy he is, even just watching the podcast with his wife. And like being an uncle is amazing, but then you kind of get that itch. And I'm in that same situation with my sister, right?
You're ready to start You're ready to start that next chapter, I think. If you can find that person.
Here's how I have been phrased it. Shout out to my buddy Jordan, and I love the way he says this. I'm not looking.
Jordan, when you get on the pod, you SOB, you got to get on this, dude.
Yes, I'm not looking for anything, but if the right person comes along, I'm not gonna pass up a good thing, right? And that's how I am, dude. I'm not really looking for anything. I'm just kind of doing my own thing, working on myself, continuing to be a better person and make improvements. But you do have those moments where you're like, damn, I love my niece, man. She's like the coolest little thing, and she just turned 1, and my nephew. They're just like those little pieces of you, even though they're your sister's kids, but like you just see all that and you want that. But at the same time, I don't want to just do that with anyone. So that's why I'm okay with waiting and just being an uncle for right now. It's fine.
Yeah, I so obviously I know Mario and his family, but like seeing you interact with them and seeing like how much you enjoy spending time with like your nephew and your niece. Yeah, I think you can really tell how like you're really cherishing these moments, because obviously they're it's gonna come and go, and next thing you know they're gonna be grown up. Yeah. And so it is pretty cool to see you like enjoying that time.
I have to, bro. It goes so fast. Like my nephew's already 4.
Yeah. Last time I saw a photo of you guys together, I was like, oh my God, he's super big now.
And the crazy thing is now we have full conversations, but they still don't make sense. Well, to me, they don't make. Well, to him, they make total sense, but to me, it's like he's in the asking phase of like the stage of like why. So it's cool. Like I taught him who Mr. Beast was, and okay, there's a reason for that. Maybe I shouldn't have, but he wanted to watch videos, and I was like, if we're gonna watch videos on YouTube and they need to be like entertaining for kids, I was like, let's make it something that entertains me as well, because I do enjoy his videos. They're actually really funny. Well, I don't know if they're funny, but they're just like so much going on. Like I'm like, I know he's gonna enjoy this. Oh, I don't like Mr. Beast. Put on some other dude, and I threw on Mr. Beast, and he watched the whole thing. So I know how he does his videos, man. He tailors them for kids and adults with short attention spans, But,
he's killing it, man. Maybe one of these days, bro.
That'd be wild.
This would be the wildest thing to say. Humble beginnings too.
It'd be really funny if he was like, I did a random podcast with 2 people. And
oh my God, can you imagine? Yo, Mr. Beast, hop on this, bro. Come on now.
Oh my God, that would be the funniest thing. Hey, bro, we're from small towns too, so we get it. Like,
shout out to small town.
But no, man. Like going back to the Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift thing. I'm gonna be real. I don't give a fuck. Like I really don't, dude. Like
It's you know what I mostly worry about is that homegirl has had I'm not gonna even say bad track record. It's not a bad track record. People have relationships, they come and go.
Yeah.
And so me rooting. I'm a Vikings fan, by the way, but I root for Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce. I like them. And so I guess my concerns would be that they break up right before playoff time, and then they just
he might ball out though.
Yeah, I don't, and who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? So yeah, I'm rooting for them. I hope they work out.
Yeah,
I hope it works out, because I feel like he's ready for that step.
Bro, genuinely, I'm at just such a place where like I have no hard feelings to anyone. Like, if you want to do something, go do it, right? Like, if you want to be happy, like, I wish you nothing but the best. Like, I hope the best for everyone, because I would, I don't want any of that bad juju. But, like, in terms of, like, how I feel, I just don't give a fuck. Like, but that's only because, like, I enjoy football. Like, I just enjoy football. And, like, when I'm watching the game.
And they're spending, oh, that was weird. The mic. Okay, can you hear me? Okay.
Can you still hear me? Hello? Oh, my God, everything's like in that deep voice. Oh, it's doing that thing right now. Hold on. We're going to give us 1 second, guys.
Wait, what is it doing?
Okay, we're recording again.
Okay,
all
so
right, sorry, guys.
I was in the middle of saying I don't like when I'm watching a football game, right? And I hate shout out to I'm a huge Cowboys fan. It's rough. But one of the things I don't like is when I'm watching a game and they'll pan up to Jerry Jones.
Oh yeah.
Right, and don't get me wrong, he owns the team. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's like all these things. But what does Jerry Jones' reaction have to do? And that's how I feel when they go to and they pan to Taylor Swift, and I'm like, what does it matter what she thinks? Like, I care more. Like, I don't know. Anyway, it doesn't, like, I don't get upset by it, but I just, like, I'm watching it and I'm like, I don't care. Like, I really don't. Like, again, happy for her. Like, I'm happy she's having a great time, and I'm happy it's bringing more people to football. But I just want to watch some football.
You just want to focus on the football. That's everybody to each their own. That's
well, because I just like if I feel like people worry so much about other people's relationships, they don't give them time for themselves to worry about themselves. You know, and everyone gets so gravitated on celebrities, and like they're people, man. They're just people.
You know, that's
us.
That's the only thing I feel bad for is that it's probably going to be not that it's going to be rough. It's just difficult. I'm sure it's already difficult to navigate relationships, and then to be in that limelight, it probably is unfortunate.
Dude. And I think that's why I just don't care, because like, honest to God, and I know this for a fact. If Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce were in front of us right now, I wouldn't care. I would treat them like normal people. Like. Right. And I know a lot of people can't say the same thing, but that's how I would be, because I'd be like, you know what, dude, like, let them eat their dinner. Like, you know, I don't.
You know what's funny is that's how I've always been. If I've ever run into people that like either, you know, if you're in whatever Vegas or even in Albuquerque,
I have that great story. So I was with my ex, and we were coming down the elevator. We were staying at and we ran into Drake, and I'm a huge Drake fan, but to me, he's just a normal person, right? Like obviously I would show him like respect and be like, hey man, I really like the music you put out, like I appreciate it, but I wouldn't treat him any different. And that's how it was. We ran into him in the elevator, he comes down, and I'm just like, hey, there's Drake, what's up, man? And then we meet him in the hall, he comes out, and my ex is like losing it, and she's like, I thought you would act different, I thought you would freak out and act. I was like, no, because he's a person. Like, he just I went down the elevator with Evander Holyfield. We literally had a conversation. He like freaked out because I didn't bug him. And I'm just like, here you go, man. Go out the elevator first. And he's just like, thanks, man. And then the minute we get off the elevator, there's people like, Evander, can we get an autograph? And he just like looked at me like, thank God. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just refreshing.
I'm sure it's like a relief whenever they don't have to go into a full ordeal for it.
Yeah. Man. Because at the end of the day, we're all just humans, you know? Now, they just happen to be really good at what they do. But at the same time, like, they shit the same way you and I do. You know what I mean? I think that's the way I see it. And like, I would hope that one day, if we're ever at that point, like, people would understand, like, we're just humans, bro. We're just people, bro.
So this is another question that I meant to, like, this was probably a question I was going to have for another pod. But if you had to have the choice of, I guess, being wealthy or being rich, being wealthy or being famous, what would you prefer? With obviously the knowledge that being famous would also come with probably being rich as well.
Right, so you'd get both.
So if you were to be, would you prefer to be rich and anonymous or wealthy and very famous?
Rich and anonymous, but I think the way that, this sounds kind of stupid, the way that I like the things that I would want to do, I don't know if there'd be a way that I would. You would,
this is an interesting topic because obviously Mario does music. And so that was something that even with this podcast, like, obviously if it were to even like do well, that would probably come with some notoriety in terms of like people recognizing you and stuff like that. And so,
so like, for example, right? Like if I was wealthy and anonymous, I would want to go race professionally, right? With my money. That comes with people knowing who I am. So there's no way for me to avoid it with the things that I like to do. I would have to get away from what I currently like to do.
Yeah, and that would be tough because
you're an outside donor or something and watch it from afar. Like I couldn't do that. I'm too.
I think it would be difficult because especially because you want to do music, and then that obviously you want to do music, so that obviously comes with that level of notoriety and fame,
right?
And so that would be tough. I think that I could absolutely be just wealthy and anonymous, and no one would ever know. I'd be like the Batman of, I'd just be like, nobody would ever know. Like if I were to ever win the lottery, bro, you'd never see me again.
and that's totally fair. I just like a lot of the things that I like to do, I know involve other people, right? Yeah. And so like you, for example, like I already know you'd be golfing every fucking day,
dude.
Everywhere.
I'd be every golf course on the planet, dude. Yeah.
And that's amazing, right? And you can do that without people knowing who you are and people wondering like, who was that guy that just paid for everybody's drinks at the end of the course, and so, or paid for everyone's round today. Like and that's some stuff that Nate would do, right? But I can't imagine myself like having that money and not wanting to go drive a race car like professionally or do something like that. To me just be amazing because I've always wanted to do it, and I couldn't imagine just being a donor and being like handing out the money and being like, yeah, you just go spend my money. Like, no, I want to be the one behind the wheel.
That'd be tough. Yeah, that'd be tough. So that's why I've been meaning to ask you this question, because it really comes with a lot of the things that you enjoy to do, and that's why I was like, I think we would have different answers for that. So,
yeah. You know what I mean? And it wouldn't, like, again, it wouldn't even be by like choice. I would love to, but just the things that I like to do require you to have like a face. You know, you can't just like, and so that sucks. But at the same time, like, I enjoy doing those things. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
But Travis Kelce and
wish you
Taylor
guys
Swift,
the best.
Good luck. I don't really give so. I wish you the.
Mario's trying to make the most amount of bleeps that I have to do for a edit. That's what he's trying to do for today's.
No. But like I genuinely like it, to me. It's again, you're just people. I wish you the best. Like and in terms of like time invested into it, this is the most I've talked about it, to be completely honest.
And I figured you hadn't really, so that's why I wanted to ask you about it.
No, just we were playing Call of Duty the other night with Jordan and them, and it came up, and they're like, they were all the same way, like, I don't give it, and I'm like, yeah, me either, like, and we were all the same thing, like, I just, you know, good for him. Shooter's gonna shoot, you know, you shoot your shot, man, you never know, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm glad to know you can still shoot nowadays, and it hits. But also, that's kind of where you should just leave it. Like, let people be in their relationships.
I just want, I wish them the best. I hope they have some level of privacy so that they can actually do their thing.
Last thing I'll say about it. This is how much, like, I'm just, like, people have too much time and care too much about this type of thing. Jordan was saying that he saw somewhere that someone mapped out, like, their whole route.
Ooh.
After they left,
that's rough.
Based off pictures that were posted and people seeing them like in the car, and that's crazy.
I'm telling you, that's why I wouldn't want to be famous,
right? But like, just knowing that people that you've never even met, like, okay, so this is like a real quick side topic, and the whole Doja Cat thing.
Oh, I don't even know what's going on with that.
Oh my god. Okay, so long story short, she's been kind of ripping on her fans, basically being like, why are you obsessed with me? Like, you don't even know me. You're just people. Like, right? I'm just a person. So that's why she's taking on like this counter, like, alter ego, I would have to say, to kind of go against the grain. Just because I think she's tired of being like just famous. The normal industry. And then just kind of being like, and so she has lost a lot of followers. She is going a little bit like, I'm like, hey, you do you.
She's going, from the snippet that I had seen, she had gone really hard on something. But I think they just get tired. I think, especially with like social media, there's no relief for them. Even back in the day when they were famous, there was probably like they would go to events and that was kind of like people would, but then it wasn't like a constant probably harassment or constant thing. Whereas now social media, there's no relief from it.
Right.
That's tough.
Well, and this is like the predicament of like being someone famous, right? It's like you want all these things and the things that come with it, but at the same time, you want people to recognize you as a normal person. And one of the arguments she got in with her fans is she's like, I don't care what you guys think of me. And her fans are like, well, we're the reason you're famous. And she's like, I don't care. Like, I'm a person. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I think there's just a level of like, nobody has any privacy. You know what I mean? They don't have any privacy now. And it's just like, there's one thing that's why they call them fans, because they're fanatics. So it's like they're crazy about them, but it's also they just need a level of privacy and ability to just live their life.
Right. And I think that was what she was trying to get across to this person is like, I don't owe you anything, right? Like, you like my music and you support me, but who I am is always changing, right? So that person you liked at the beginning, I don't have to stay that way, right? And I think that was the point she was trying to make is like, you don't even know me,
right?
Like, enough to be like, this isn't who you are, or like this, you know what I mean? So like, I totally get where she was coming from. I understand where the fans coming from too, because without fans and people in your corner, you don't pop off. But yeah, dude, just crazy things like that where I'm just like seeing that whole saga, and then any publicity is good publicity, I guess, when you're famous. So like, I can imagine she probably may have lost a ton of followers, but also gained them back. But just interesting to think about, like, in terms of that whole, like, would you rather be famous or wealthy and unknown?
Yeah,
like,
I think that's tough. I think that's like, I know I wouldn't want the fame part doesn't. And even like this podcast, like let's say if this podcast were to take off, like I wouldn't. It's not the notoriety. It's mostly I do this because I think it's a good time. Me and you get a chat. We already have all these conversations anyways,
right?
And so it's just I think it's just a cool thing to do. But let's say it were to get like noticed and people were to actually pay attention. Like if we were to get noticed in the small city that we live in, that would kind of be a pain in the.
Oh my gosh.
It's crossed my mind before. I'm like,
so just in speaking to that, dude, like even dating here, like you've seen this.
Let's go.
No,
because this is going to segue perfectly to my next topic.
It's not really like, okay, first of all, I don't really like date very much, right? Like dude. Right. Like I'm not out here. I'm very a homebody, but. Like, you run into one person, they know one person. It's like a very big, small town here. Yeah. So, to your point, yeah. Like, it literally would be kind of a pain in the ass. But not in a bad way, just more so of, like, I think people would feel like they really know us just based off, like, listening to this. And, like, you do get a sense of that, but, like, there's more to us than just what we talk about on here. Yeah. But yeah, that would be really funny.
It's crossed my mind. I'm like that would be interesting. I guess we'll cross that road if it ever gets to there. But
and then it's like one thing, man. Like I don't ever. Again, I have like no hate for anyone. So if you feel like I don't like you or something, that there's something that happened there. Like we crossed the path or something. Because I literally don't fucking have any fucks to give about anybody except the people I care about. So. If you feel like I hate you, I might care about you, or something. Maybe I don't know.
There was like a meme the other day, and I loved it. It was so good. It was like something like, "There's 3 things: I either love you." It's like something I was like, "I love you," "I care about you," or like the third one was like, "Even if I don't care, like not that you're irrelevant, but you're not bothering me." So just like. Just keep it moving. Like we'll just go our own way, and like that's just really like what it's about. I can't remember the third one. It was like the 3. I was like, I love you. You're like, we know each other. It was like, I love you. I wish you the best. And then like, if nothing, it's like I don't have any hard feelings.
Yeah, dude.
And that's kind of where I'm at this point. Even the people that I've like, you just grow up. Especially like we've had friends that have come and gone, and at this point, it's one of those things where. Even the people that are not in my life now, I think it's like I don't wish any ill will against them. No, it's just like do your own thing. Like I'm doing my own thing. Just do you, bro. And I'll do me, and hopefully we can navigate this life.
Life is hard. Yeah, it's hard enough as it is. Much less when you're over here trying to make everyone be your enemy. Like, well, like I don't have enough time for that. But anyway, all right. Next segment. What were you gonna segue into? Okay.
I was gonna segue into like relationships. So the reason why I wanted to segue into the relationship, we're talking a lot about this because we talk so much about sports, and so I wanted to kind of front load this with some other stuff. But so this is like an interesting topic because this was something that had been brought up with you previously in the past, and then I think it's just an interesting topic given like just some stuff going on. But how do you feel about long distance relationships? How do you feel? Like, I'm going to give you 2 scenarios, okay? So,
okay, go ahead.
Just met somebody, they're moving away, and y'all seem to care about each other, obviously. Yeah. Now, would you be willing to do a long distance relationship in that scenario?
So, I'll give you the answer that I gave that night.
This is specific, and that's kind of why I'm.
When I gave the answer, it was like based on the interactions at the time, and it was very like, I hadn't had any reason to feel like I couldn't trust the person. All the vibes were really good, like up until that point. Like I just, there was nothing or anything that I could see from just my history of dating and like red flag wise. That would have led me to feel like I couldn't trust the person. So I did preface in that, like, again, we didn't, we weren't going to get in a relationship. But if we did happen to come up and we did happen to do, go that route, that I thought I could do it with that person. But I also said I couldn't do it forever. So if it felt like it was going to be something that, like, I had no issue with being like, you know what, you go do whatever it is you got to do. Maybe we'll cross paths again. it was posed as like a temporary thing, and going out to see the person. But at the same time, I always have. It's all based on trust, dude, and like
that's huge. I mean, and so that's why I think it would be tough. Like for me, I don't know if I could. It would have to be like the perfect situation in terms of like even starting it at that point. Because even if you guys are just starting, that's like would be tough,
right?
And you'd have to have probably known them for a while and be very confident or like having an insane amount of trust. I could see it if you guys had already been dating for like a year or like several months at that point, and then you guys were that kind of came up.
Yeah.
But like to at the beginning of the relationship start at a long distance, that's a ask and a half. So I think that's very reasonable.
And again, like nothing, and even now, nothing has really like even just thinking back on that situation, I probably would still have the same answer, right? Like nothing has really like deterred me to be like, I don't trust you. It's just more so now, like I don't really know. And again, like if someone else had asked me, it'd be the same exact answer, right? Like I don't know. I really don't know. But if everything up to that point is good and I have no reason to not trust you, or there hasn't been anything that goes off in my head that says, hey, I've dealt with this before, then yeah. And as long as it's not like something that like it's a permanent fix and like this is gonna be like a forever thing, depends on how much you like the person.
Yeah, kudos to a couple of my friends, because I known a couple that did long distance for like several years. Like one moved away and then he moved back, and then his girlfriend moved away and then she moved back, and so like kudos to them for getting that to work, because I think that the level of communication, the level of trust, I think that that's pretty admirable if you find somebody that you're willing to fight for that much, and you guys just kind of have figured it out. I think that that's probably a special situation. I don't know how often that gets to work.
You got to be in the same place in life too.
Yeah,
like that was.
I think you have to be in the right mental space, and everybody's have to.
Yeah,
be in agreement.
Even though you have your own life, your paths have to be on the same trajectory. Or like, for example, right? You both could have totally different careers, do different things, but as long as you both are coming to the same goal, which is that, family, whatever, it didn't have to, but like togetherness, and that you're my person, I'm your person, cool. Then it works, right? Oh, that's a 30-minute timer. Sorry, we don't have to worry about that because we moved on to the next subject. But that would be my thing. Like there has to be some level of understanding.
Yeah.
And like goal. Like right. You can't.
I think that you really have to be on the same page on every front, because you guys got to have the same goals. You guys have to have the same level of communication. You guys really got to be. And sometimes I'm sure there's, sometimes. Maybe one person's busier than the other one, so then the other person's having to pick up for the effort. But it's ultimately you have to be able to be fully committed to that, and I think that's kudos to the people that have figured it out.
It's funny you brought this up because like the other day, one of the guys that I know at the gym, his buddy's his worker of his, he's like younger than us. He's like 22. He wants to move to Arizona and just kind of do the thing, right? Like, and have life. And he currently has a girlfriend. And
she's here?
Yes. Okay. They're both here. And he wants to go spread his wings a little bit, right? And just based on what we heard about the girl, she seems like a really good girl. And I think he might learn the hard way that, like, that they're not all like that. He might have some fun, but it's gonna be hard to find. But I don't know the whole relationship, right? No one I only got little snippets of it. And I can see both sides of it, right? So, like, I totally understand him wanting to go see what else is out there and see more of the world and, like, not have to be worrying about someone else. But also at the same time, I will tell you right now, man, like, when you got a good thing, like, it doesn't come around very...
They don't come around very often.
That's
a true statement.
And so sometimes you don't always know what you have until you see what else is out there, and then you come back around. So...
And it might be too late when you come back around.
Yeah, and it's a double-edged sword, dude. It really is. And so that long distance thing and just wanting to maybe kind of do your own thing for a little bit, and don't do that again. Whatever you did right there,
it freaked out.
Yeah, but it's fine.
Is it okay?
It's good. So yeah,
I'm not getting any audio on the thing over here, so
I can hear you. Is it recording audio?
I don't know. It doesn't look like it is. All right, we're gonna take a break, guys. All right, guys, welcome back. Last few topics. So we're gonna get one last non-sports related topic, and then hop into some NFL and basketball, which I think we talk for hours at times. So
we could even talk about like Halloween stuff now that
that's what this one's about.
Okay.
So with us being in October, last year our first pod had to deal with like Halloween stuff, and it was actually our better pods. And so with it coming into the fall's like my favorite. Like fall is my bread and butter. Same. I know that some people are hype about the summer or spring, but like I'm all about fall because I like the layers. I like the weather change. I like cooler weather.
Hold on, Nate. You hit the mic again.
Did I? Is it saying? Is it weird stuff?
Stop recording.
Oh, all right, guys. Give us 1 second. Okay. All right, guys. Audio back. Okay. So, was that hot? Was it coming in hot?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay, so we were talking about favorite seasons. What?
Okay, don't yell at it.
I'm trying to move it away from
He's
you.
yelling at it. He's like, favorite season. I'm just kidding. No, you're good.
Move it away.
Okay, that is better.
Okay. So, it's because earlier it wasn't.
That's way better.
Yeah, earlier it was not picking up shit.
No, I was getting. It was like you were. Anyway, continue. It was like you were yelling. You know,
Okay.
like, well, because you already know when you're gonna go back and listen to it, you're gonna be pissed off and like, what was this so loud? Why didn't you say anything?
Okay. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Fall season.
All right,
It was
guys.
middle of literally saying fall season is my so.
So favorite seasons. You know, last year we had our sweet Halloween podcast. So now that fall's upon us, fall's my favorite season. What is your favorite season?
Same. So my favorite 2 holidays are Halloween and 4th of July. I think we talked about this.
I think we did.
Yeah,
I don't know if it ever hit
4th of July is right next to my birthday, and I love buying fireworks, which, by the way, I still have $200 worth of fireworks in my apartment.
What?
I mean...
We can't do it because we'll catch the whole damn city on fire. It's so dry here.
And then Halloween, just because it's so fun, man. Like, I don't know. Halloween parties are, like, my favorite. I've never had a bad Halloween
I've had
experience,
plenty of bad Halloween.
but I've had great times at Halloween parties. I do well at Halloween parties.
You know what? It's you fully commit. You go so hard with you did your Drake one, you did your Spartan one.
I've done I was Prison Mike. That was a good one too.
Yeah, you did Prison Mike. You've done so. Mario normally commits to his Halloween costumes, and I think that's why. But yeah, you do normally. This year. Yeah, you do normally kill it during Halloween season. Are we doing Halloween again? Oh,
yeah. No, you're good. It's fine.
Are we still good?
Yeah, it's good.
Are you gonna be in town for Halloween?
Yeah. Which, by the way, Halloween's like the following Wednesday or Tuesday or something. So we should definitely figure out something to do this Saturday before.
Let's do it. I'm super down.
But we should definitely film.
I think we're gonna. So we talked about being the bougie house. So I'm gonna get those full candy bars this year. Let's go.
Yeah, that'll be dope.
Yeah, that'd be good. Last year, we did we didn't have as many trick or treaters last year. Yeah, we talked about it.
This is really weird.
Yeah, but the year before it was fine. Okay, so favorite Halloween. So, what's your second favorite season then?
Ooh.
So I would say spring, but not spring here, because spring here is like just windy. Spring is normally great for other places because you like have great temperature. Like that's a prime time golf time for me. But here it's always windy, so I don't even get to take advantage of it. So summer ends up being like the other time because I actually get to play golf.
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, fall's for sure my number one though.
It used to be winter when I lived in Pecos because like for snow and.
Oh yeah, you guys get plenty of snow.
I don't know. I guess would have to be summer too because we get to go race.
Yeah. So things that might be coming up is we might do some podcasts on the golf course. We might do some podcasts with Mario doing some racing stuff.
That'd be cool.
So we might be doing some mobile pods here in the next couple of weeks and just kind of doing random stuff. So bear with us. We'll probably have some interesting stuff coming around the corner.
Things you never knew.
Yeah. Other things that we probably want to do, or we've talked about doing, like Mario used to have a show called What's Good, and so he used to go to like different restaurants, and so that's probably another thing that we might try to resurrect and see if we can do some other spots. So it'd be like
that's another.
So like What's Good. One of the things I want to do is do like course reviews, like golf course reviews, and do.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, so that would be kind of a cool thing. But like even if we start doing like different restaurants in New Mexico, that'd be pretty dope.
I'm
do
not
some road tripping.
Very, like I'm never. How do I phrase this? I haven't played enough golf courses to know what are the good courses and what are the bad courses.
But even if it's like even if we do some like reviews, not reviews of cities, but like go and doing other stuff and like random stuff to do or try out in different cities of New Mexico.
Because
do some highlighting.
Isleta here is like probably my favorite course so far.
Yeah, we got a couple of nice spots that I got to take you to for golf, so that'd be fun. Fun things. One of the people I need to ask to see if she'll come on the podcast. Bless you.
Thank you.
Is my cousin who I've been golfing a ton with.
She's ridiculous.
Yeah. So she. Did I tell you? So we've been kind of going back and forth in terms of like who's winning, and so like right now I'm gonna buy a championship belt. So the winner of whoever's the last person gets the chip. So I had beat her the last 3 times, and she beat me this last time by 3. So I need to.
She's good, dude.
Yeah. So
Nate's really good.
So that'll be pretty fun. That'll be cool to do. We can do some like 2v2, like where me and you versus like her and Ali or her. And so I got to get Ali to play some golf too. So we'll see.
Or Mod.
Oh yeah, Lil Mod's good though.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that'll be interesting. That'll be fun though.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up to everybody,
yeah.
but it's hard. Because it takes a lot of time.
You just got to come practice. Yeah, we got to go do some.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a couple more weeks of good weather, so hopefully we can get some in.
It's fun, even just going to the range. It's just nice. Just throw some headphones in. And...
Yep. Okay, let's get on to our last 2 topics, which are NFL and NBA. Which one do you want to do first?
Let's just go NFL right away because we don't really have a lot to talk about. Just more so like what we're expecting from it. Yeah. Okay.
NFL. We're week 4. My Vikings are 1-3. They're sucking, and your Cowboys are 3-1.
And I still don't feel good about that's I feel like it's a false 3-1. We'll find out this week actually.
So who are you guys playing this week?
We play the Niners on Sunday night. So
that's a real test. That's a legit test.
Yeah,
How do you feel about your Cowboys this year? This is the first year probably in the last 20 some years where I would literally say your team's pretty damn good, man. They look on paper good. They did have a big loss by losing Diggs, but this is the first year where I'm like, oh, this is you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
We've had 20 years of Cowboys fans saying that they're going to be good, and like I was like, you guys on paper aren't even good. Where the hell are you guys talking about? Yeah. This is the first year where I'm like, y'all look real good on paper.
Before Diggs got hurt, I honestly felt like our defense could have carried us when our offense struggles.
Yeah.
Even after, I still feel pretty good about it. But there are going to be games where we need the offense to be better, and we just have like this weird red zone issue going on right now. I don't understand it. Like, we have too much talent on offense to be having these issues. Until that gets cleared up, I can't put us up there with the Eagles or the Niners. Like, and we might beat the Niners, right? But when it comes to the playoffs, like you saw what happened last year, our defense, the fact that we held San Fran fully healthy with Purdy to 17 points, and we couldn't score. I'm telling you, oops, sorry, I have this off because it's a little bit delayed. But with the defense that we have, we should only need about 24 to 25 points to win any game. I'm put that on paper, and I told you this last year, and I was right about that.
Yeah.
But it's hard when you have an offense that for some reason can't find the end zone and struggles to score. It's just weird to me. I'm a big believer in if you have a guy and you think he's better than the other guy, you figure out how to get him the ball. CD needs to get the ball. We need to figure out how to get him the ball. Even in the red zone, I don't understand. Gallup's a really good go up and get it kind of guy. We have Brandon Cooks now. He's been a 1,000-yard receiver consecutively for so many years. And I don't know if he's going to get 1,000 yards with us because I'm just praying McCarthy's holding on to the good stuff because he's
for the end of the season.
Right, because and I would be okay with that, right? Because if you have a good run game and good defense, you can get away with that. I don't know, man. You need to score. You got to score in the red zone. Like, field goals only cut it for so long, and when you go up against, we'll find again. Sunday's going to be an interesting thing. How you feeling about the Vikings?
Bruh, no. Well, before we move off your Cowboys, I think you guys are like still. I think right now, arguably top 4, 5 in the NFC. Vikings, not good, bro.
Yeah,
not good. We've lost some games that we should have won. So the first game versus the Bucks, probably should have won that one. The Eagles game, which Eagles arguably the number 1 team in the NFC, we should have won that game, or we should have been at least in the running because we had that end zone fumble that was a touchback right at the end of the second quarter. Yeah. So we keep choking, which I don't know who's that's to blame, but I will tell you that Kirk, I'm sorry, man. You can't. He's never been my like top quarterback, and I've always wanted to move off of him, especially because I think that on paper he looks okay, so you might be able to move him. But we need somebody that's going to come in and actually win some of those games that we need to win.
I'm telling you, bro, like the problem that I always have is the one thing that he lacks is the thing that you guys need from a quarterback right now, unless you guys rebuild that O-line, which is someone that can get out of the pocket.
Dude, he panics. If he's got any rush on him, that boy going to throw a pick. Like, he has done it his entire career. If he has any stress on him, that pick is coming.
Yeah.
So that's my biggest gripe with him is like, if he's seen blitz, like especially when it's in the playoffs, they'll blitz him and then he'll throw a pick.
Well, that's the thing. Like, when he has time, he's really good.
If he has time,
and that's like a lot of quarterbacks, right?
Yeah.
But the one thing that you guys struggle in is the one thing that's so hard to overcome with him, which is that like your line's not that good.
It's not, and he won't scramble,
and he's not a scramble QB. It's kind of been one of my gripes with Dak lately is he doesn't run.
I think he's now afraid to run because he used to be a great mobile quarterback. Yeah, and then now he's just obviously because of the injury, but
right. He had some throws last week too that were on the money and should have been caught, but.
How do you feel about him even as your guys? Do you think you can win a championship with him as your quarterback? Real talk. Thank you, air conditioner, for turning off.
I do. I think things have to go right, though. Like, he's not going to be... He's had every opportunity to take that next step to be like that Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen. I'll even put Josh Allen there because I see Josh Allen do it where... He just makes things happen with his legs, and that's what Patrick Mahomes does. Look at the play he made to win the game the other night. He just ran for a first down.
Yeah, so that's at least even Rodgers would get a couple of yards every one. So, and
I'm not saying Dak doesn't do it. It's just you can see something's different in him since he broke his ankle, and I don't blame him, man. That's a hard injury to but he just doesn't have that extra threat that Jalen Hurts gives you. That you always have to be aware of.
You got to have a little bit of something to kind of get out of those spots because the coverage is never gonna. It's not gonna always be perfect.
Right.
And right now, the best quarterbacks, they're mobile enough. Even like Tom Brady would get out of the pocket enough to throw some of those. And like if Kirk sees a shred of pressure, I don't know where that ball's going. I have no idea. That ball's probably going to the other team. Is what's probably happening. So. Yeah. That's my only thing. So we can make a bet right now, dude. You got 3-1. You have the odds against me, and I'm going 1-3. Who do you think finishes the season with a better record?
I think we do, but
let's put a bet $20 on pod right now. This is not a good bet for me, but you know it's what it is.
Hey, you never know, man. It's football. Doesn't matter how you start; it's how you finish.
Yeah,
you could lose the bet, but still win the war. Like if your Vikings make a nice little run there at the end of the year, you guys have the talent to do it.
Dude, whenever Kirk and Justin Jefferson are the number one receiver and number one QB for yardage, and we're still like we were 0-3 at the end of week 3. I'm like, what in the hell are we doing?
Did you guys lose this last week?
No, thank God but we were playing an 0-3 team. It was 0-3 versus 0-3. It was the Carolina Panthers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which it wasn't even a convincing win, which is like considering how bad that team is right now, it's unfortunate.
I don't know, man. I have to see it. I need to see Dak beat a good quarterback.
I need to see him win a game for you guys because I feel like I haven't seen him win a game in years.
Rookie year.
That's what I'm
Dak
saying.
was
That's-
winning games
that's
that
what I
everyone
mean.
was like, oh, this guy's got it. And I haven't seen it since. It's almost like he didn't know. Like, that thing that makes great quarterbacks
Sometimes they're oblivious to the
great
things.
is their ability to forget.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes threw 2 really bad picks last night. Should have had 3. Zach Wilson outplayed him all night. But you know what? He won the fucking game. And that's the thing that people don't understand is, like, that's what separates good, really good, and great, right? Great players just figure out ways to win. Like, they could have the shittiest stat line, but they win the game. And that happened with Tom Brady how many times?
So that's my thing with Kirk. So that's literally my thing with Kirk. His stats can look fine. He could be having a great game, but clutch time comes and it's like he doesn't win the game.
Yeah.
Whereas there's other quarterbacks, like you're saying, they could be having a terrible game the entire game, but clutch time comes and all of a sudden homeboy throws on the cape and they win the game. And so that's what gets me with Kirk.
Right, and I think that's
my biggest gripe.
Changes the mentality of a team
because they never feel out of it.
They'll be so pissed that the offense hasn't done anything, but they know if we can get one stop, the offense will come through.
Yeah.
Like you just feel differently. And you're right. Like
they have the confidence in there.
Yeah,
they're like,
we have Patrick Mahomes.
Homeboy's gonna come and close the game. Yeah,
yeah.
Or we got Tom Brady. He's gonna close out this game.
That's been my thing with Dak. Like I just haven't seen that from him, and I don't know if it's like a mental thing.
Yeah.
But you have to. It's like shooting, right? And I'll say this was like Steph Curry. He's gonna shoot. He don't give a fuck. Like he'll let it fly.
However many
he doesn't
times.
Care.
Right. You got to have that.
You have to have that mentality. Same thing as a quarterback, right? I'm not saying to be reckless and just throw the ball wherever, but you have to believe in yourself enough to know I put in the work. I'm gonna make this fucking throw.
Yeah.
And that's when the pressure's the highest. It is gonna be all game, and at the end of the game, that's what separates you because you're not afraid to make those throws and take those chances. And like, I'll give a great example. When we lost to the Cardinals that week and Dak threw that pass into like 3 my issue with the pass wasn't that he threw it. It was that he had his mind made up before the play even happened. Like that's where I was going with the ball because Cowboys run that play all the time and we usually get a touchdown out of that. But what he didn't understand is like, and granted he probably wasn't thinking about it in the moment. Their coach used to coach for the Eagles. And so he knew he guarantee you he had his team looking for that play. We score on it all the time. But that's one of those things where like
you have to be aware of that.
You got to know that going in, and he just already had his mind made up. I'm throwing this fucking ball. That's where we always get a touchdown. It's going there, and that's where you see the separation between.
Do you think it's mental awareness, like ability to read the coverage and then making the right pass, or is his ability to make the pass at this point?
I think it's his ability to trust himself.
Yeah, because one of the things that got me is that his accuracy has never been the same. Like I haven't seen it.
Last game against the Patriots, he was throwing some nice balls. Yeah, but that's my thing. It's his ability to trust himself to know that pass, like to see that right away, and to not be so made up in your mind that you feel like
you have to throw that.
You
pass.
have to throw that pass,
right.
And that's where he was at. He felt like I have to throw this. It always works. Right. I'd be stupid not to throw it. When in reality, like. If you trust yourself enough in those situations, you feel like I don't need to throw this ball because I can make something happen. I can make, and you see it with Patrick Mahomes all the time. Like half the time, the pocket isn't even broken down as much as it needs to be for someone to have to leave, and he's out.
Bro,
and you know why? Because in his head, I'm fucking Superman. I'm gonna go out here, and not everyone has that mentality, right? But I think you can develop to have that a little bit if you start seeing success out of it. And Dak has I think he has the feet and the arm to be able to do that. Maybe not as good as Patrick Mahomes' arm, but he slings it and he has a really quick release. And I think that's what you need. And so I think he could do it. That's the next progression for him. Now, granted,
how many? You know what? It just dawned on me. Homeboy's been in the league
8 years.
Yeah, Homeboy is like a vet. And for the longest time, I kept thinking he's a pretty young quarterback. Homeboy's no longer a young quarterback.
So he's at that stage where like the guys coming in, you should have so much knowledge over them that you're winning games. Like you learned how to win. So like, and that's what I'm looking for from him this year. I think if they don't see it this year, you might. Is it not recording?
It's not picking it up
sorry.
as much.
If you're not seeing that from him this year, that you might start getting those questions of like we might need to move in a different direction.
I thought you guys were going to move off of him this year.
No, and I think the thought is like if you look at the history of quarterbacks, like if he wins one Super Bowl, he's right there with Drew Brees. He's right there with Aaron Rodgers. Now, on a consistency base of, like, getting the team there, no, right? But, like, because they went to a lot of NFC championships.
I would say he's more on the Joe Flacco.
Well, but if you look at his numbers, well, yeah, right, you could say that. But, like, when you, at the end of the day, would I be happy with Joe Flacco right now? Yeah, because we haven't won a Super Bowl in like 30 years.
Right.
And same for you, right? You'd be happy with a Joe Flacco.
Bro, I'll sign up for a Joe Flacco to come in and win a Super Bowl.
Right.
But what I'm saying is that his career isn't of even. It shouldn't be probably mentioned in the breath of Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers because those are perennial MVP level. Like,
sure, but if Dak gets past that round that he hasn't been able to get past, then we look at him different, right? And we start saying, oh, maybe he can do it and he can't. Because, like,
so the problem with him, so even with him, it would be even more along the lines of, what's his name? Manning, the younger brother. Eli. Because they don't have because Drew Brees and Aaron Rodgers are like cream of the crop in terms of they would carry the teams and they would essentially win the games their team depended on. Whereas Dak is not consistent enough. He doesn't have the regular season accolades that those other dudes have.
But I would take playoff Eli Manning over Brees and Rodgers. That's true. Because
I wouldn't take him over. Well, maybe.
No, I would.
No,
I totally would, bro.
True.
He balls in the playoffs.
So Aaron Rodgers, maybe arguably one of the greatest regular season quarterbacks. Postseason, not even top 20. Yeah. That's a legit statement. Not top 20, my guy.
So if you look at like
look
Eli,
how many MVPs he has, and like he's not delivered in the playoffs but once.
Eli, even the year that they went on the boat, remember they made a big old thing about the boat, and then they came back and they lost the game. But that year he balled out. Like that game that they won in Green Bay, he made some big time throws, and it was just like
Eli was a good quarterback.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like
Eli was a hell of a quarterback. He was like a pretty regular season Pro Bowl.
But like during the regular season, he was up and down. But when you got to the playoffs, like I could tell you right now, I put more faith in Eli than a lot of quarterbacks. I'd be like, dude, if you give him a defense and some good weapons, he would have took you. He won 3. Was it 3 Super Bowls or 2?
2. But they were against Tom Brady
and an undefeated Patriots team, and he played amazing. Like it wasn't like he just got lucky.
Was that the perfect season year?
Yes. Yeah.
That was the first one.
And he hit that catch to, was it Mario Manningham?
Yeah.
Or no, that wasn't the one. That was the second one. The perfect season was the dude. I can't remember his name.
That the one that caught him on the helmet?
top of the helmet. Yeah.
Oh my god, that was a ridiculous season.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So.
Anyway,
so okay. So with that in mind. I want your top 3 Super Bowl picks.
Like the matchups?
Yeah, no, just like who do you think are the 3 best, like most likely to win the Super Bowl? And I won't even say 3 because you could throw your Cowboys in there, and then you can throw whoever.
I say Niners, Eagles, Chiefs. I'm gonna give you 5. Dolphins and Cowboys. I think those are the top 5.
Even the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I know they got killed by the Bills. That's a bad matchup for them, but and like the way that they can run through people, like everyone's gonna have a bad game. You know what I mean? So the Chiefs had their opening night kind of hiccups. They haven't looked back.
Yeah,
I think they'll be okay.
Okay.
We might have to end the pod here because I think your camera is overheating.
Oh, is it? Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm gonna give you my 5. So I have Chiefs, Eagles, Niners. Holy cow. The teams have not looked good. Bills. Vikings. Bam. For the homer.
That's fair.
All right,
That's fair.
We'll cut it off here because my camera's overheating. But thanks guys for hanging in with us with our first pod back. We'll try to get this out here in the next couple of days.
Yeah, it'll be nice because we hit the NBA next time. We'll be pretty close to the season starting.
We'll hopefully get to talk about
it might have already started, but I'm pretty sure it's going to start like in 2 weeks. Yeah. But anyway, we'll get into that because there's a lot going on right there.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Cool.
Take care. See you.
If you see me, say what's up. Life's too short to be pissed. And if you acting like that favorite word, keep it moving. Switch up the flow, running back and forth to get this. money, here we go. I'm just tired of talking and now I'm ready to roll. Cause I didn't put the work in, now it's M-A-R-I-O. It's Mod, that's what's up. Rolling through the city and they know I don't give a about what they thinking. I'm just doing me. And